I'm trying to think of a cold open that's not racist. So I'm just gonna go with
That's concerning to me.
what are
Um,
your what's your fa-
That's very concerning.
what's your favorite thriller? Or what do you like to see in a thriller?
my thing is I like feeling like I know enough to make my way through it, but there's always a couple of pieces of information that elude me. So when I find those things out, I'm immediately like, oh, there's the key.
Okay.
I think the key to a good thriller is almost all in tone and tension. Like if
Stealing my
you,
answer, but you're right.
I mean, yeah, like if you got those things going on, and your plot makes any sense, you probably got me.
Yeah, it's that build up and like everything plays into the tone and the atmosphere, like the music, the flow. Once it starts to ramp up and like you got me like, oh shit, what's about to happen? I'm there. And watching this, I realized that Denis is very good at thrillers.
I'm glad you said that because actually, when I started this, and I like Denis, but I couldn't quite put my finger on what is his
What's special
signature.
about it? Yeah, yeah. Look, I've been trying to figure it out too because he's been one of my favorites for a hot minute, and
Yeah,
then but at no point did I actually stop and think like why. And then I'm thinking, I was like, what about his movies? Like I could say Nolan, like the sci-fi shit, and just the way he formulates stories. I love that. Like so, Nolan works with me. Guillermo del Toro, I love how imaginative he is, and like that works for me. Spielberg.
yeah. Spielberg, no matter what
You know
genre
you're
he's
gonna eat
doing,
good. Yeah,
it's Spielberg. Yeah,
yeah. So like I know I can say right away why they work for me, but I couldn't come up with the straight answer for Denis, and yet he's never disappointed me. I mean, I haven't seen like his early like just like straight up like French movies. I think with the exception of Polytechnique. I
Is
don't
it
even know if I'm saying
sand?
that
I
right.
think it's sand.
I thought that too. He does. He does seem like Sam.
uh but so I was like, wait, maybe it's just like from my starting point, which is Polytechnique. Once again, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Probably not.
Yeah. Uh Almost all of the things he's done has been thrillers or thriller adjacent or has like thriller like incorporated into it. So like I was like, he's just a master of that. And maybe that's what it is. Like his movies just hook me in. And so I was like, well, what makes me like a thriller? And that's what makes me like almost all of his movies that I've seen. So I was like, maybe that's it. Also, looking back at like his recent stuff, almost all of them has been nominated for Oscars for cinematography and sound design. So he's on like on a technical level, he's knocking that out the park too.
Yeah. Then I see.
Not just him specifically, but you know what I mean? Like he clearly pays attention to it.
Then I see Roger Deakins as the
Yeah, yeah.
cinematographer for this. Yeah,
And he finally got his Oscar for cinematography on shit. Was it
Fresh.
2049 or was it the war movie?
I think it was the war movie.
I think he's gotten two now, but it was a long time before he got that first one. Or was the first one The Revenant? I got to go back to you on that. But eventually Roger Deakins did get an Oscar, and I think he got another one after that. But it was a long time coming. Anyway, he's the cinematographer on this one.
Oh, he does have two. He has Blade Runner 2049
Yeah,
and 1917.
yeah, that's what it was. See,
Yeah, you got it.
yeah. So, but Denis, the attention he pays to that stuff on a technical level, I think, are the legs that his movies stand on, and then him knowing how to build a good thriller, like
Oh yeah.
kicks it up. So, like, I think
So
that's what it is, right?
it could be. Now, this isn't quite fair because he has four movies before this,
Mhm.
but with some of the new directors, Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, who's my other boy who did The Witch?
Eggers.
Yeah, Robert Eggers. So people were talking about like their first three and comparing those. His first three American films, Prisoners, Enemy, Sicario, those are all
Yeah.
bangers.
By the way, Enemy is next week.
Enemy's kind of a
We finally figured out what our third is going to be because they took all his shit off streaming.
Oh God.
Yeah.
underrated. Definitely worth a look for people. But yeah,
You saying Denis in general or Enemy?
Enemy.
Yeah.
I think Denis might be properly rated right now.
Yeah, you're right. I think Enemy is underrated while at the same time nobody ever fucking heard about it.
Yes, yeah.
Like I've never heard anybody bring that one up. So I'm interested to see how many views that one gets. It's not going to help that it's on Canopy is how we're going to watch it. And even though Canopy is free, nobody has it. So
Yeah.
Oh, I got my card today. I should probably check that out.
Right? You got to title it something like that other Denny movie.
Shit. But on that note, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time with us, we're the secret group of brown kids. Who are the secret group of brown kids? It's a secret. But you might be able to find us living in a small town where the rule of law still exists, for this is the land of wolves now, and the land of wolves doesn't have movie theaters. And my name is Tiff Zilla, your host, and on this podcast, I make my friends watch movies with me and talk about their feelings. And on the panel today, El Guapo, Tim.
It's a sweater.
El Guano, Jamel.
Cheap shot.
You love it. And the movie today is Sicario from 2015. If you don't know what it is, an idealistic FBI agent is enlisted by a government task force to aid in the escalating war against drugs at the border area between the U.S. and Mexico. And that was released in October 2015 in theaters. Currently streaming on Amazon Prime, so go watch it if you haven't.
Were you able to see this in the theater?
Yes. No. I saw it. I rented it.
Oh, yeah.
I saw part 2 in the theater, though.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So how many people in this movie are in the Marvel universe now?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
All but
Emily, right? I don't know if Emily is.
I think she's the only one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of movies from the aughts that you can say the same thing about.
Yeah.
Once we reached Endgame, it was... Yeah. So I used to play this game called 6 Degrees of Separation, but with like actors. And
I'm sorry, how else do you play that game?
Shut up. But I mean, you mean that's not like actors?
I've done that with musicians.
Actors.
I mean,
I've done that with musicians just to see where I exist in the ecosystem.
But you're right. I guess because it was originally 6 Degrees of Separation or Kevin Bacon. So I see what you're saying. Okay, I'll give you that. But
oh my God, I got something from Tifron.
Yeah, cherish this. March 2nd, 2024.
How do you frame an audio clip?
Just save it.
Put it on my wall.
I mean, some people get those tattoos.
I knew you were going to say that.
But yeah, so back in the day before MCU blew up, not the trick, but like, the thing to do would be try and work your way to an Oceans movie, because that was like the biggest ensemble movie before MCU. But now with Endgame, it's not even fun anymore. Like, I ain't played that shit in years. You can just find your way to Endgame and then get anybody within like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, it's worth it because I loved Endgame. So
you just make a no Endgame rule.
Oh, no Endgame, no MCU. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could play.
Everything's back to normal.
All right. How can I get back to Ocean's 11? Was Timothy Chalamet in Ocean's 11?
They hadn't invented.
Oh, y'all were not. Yeah, they hadn't invented him. You're right. Y'all weren't on the last episode. I was like, I always mess his name up on purpose, but now I've done it so much that I can't remember if I'm saying it right.
Wait a minute. How you mess up Jimmy Cha Cha?
What?
And then I forgot which one on the last episode said it, but they're like, "Oh, the T is silent," and I was like, "Oh, I got you, Timothy Chalamet." So anyway, I have to explain that. Anyway, so this is our second part of our Denis Villeneuve. Also, I spent 10 minutes hammering that in. I don't want to have a whole mini series for this director, and I fuck his name up every episode.
Denis Villeneuve.
He's not Spanish or American born.
This is America. We say names how we say them, and you can get mad, but when you have 2 World War titles under your belt, then you can mess our names up all you want.
That is the most American thing that's ever been said on this podcast. And I'm going to say Jamel speaks for himself, because half the 4 people that listen to this podcast are in Ontario.
I am the king of getting names right, though.
Okay, so tell me if I'm getting this right. Denis Villeneuve.
That is how I would say it. Sometimes I say it without the V. The last
I'm pretty sure when I looked at it on the director list, I just audibly said no.
So
I was like, I'm not even gonna pretend I know how to say that.
there's a little clip on Google of just him saying his names from interviews, and that's what we listened to in the beginning of the last episode. And eventually, I started getting it right. All right, but so Denis, we're on his the second movie of the miniseries. Obviously, we're doing the miniseries because of Dune Part Two. Originally, I didn't want to do Dune Part One because I'm weird, and I didn't want to do Part One because I knew we weren't going to do Part Two right away. So I was trying to do some other stuff, but then they took all this stuff off streaming anyway to force you to rent. And
I hate that new tactic. It used to be the other way around. It's like,
yeah,
hey, part 2 of Gremlins is coming out. Guess who's got Gremlins on video cassette? You should
yep.
come and watch it. And now it's the other way. It's just like, oh, you had your chance. We threw that shit in the trash. Now you got to buy a physical one.
Making it free would generate buzz and get more people like ready to go see the new movie instead of locking it behind a paywall.
I realize that the movie studios don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they change tactics every 2 years. But
I'm
whatever.
gonna record an entire movie, and then in order to make money off of it, I'm not even gonna advertise the movie or even put it out. I'm gonna say we need to get a tax break instead.
Now, if they take a tax break for the movie, right? So our taxes just went and paid for the movie. Shouldn't they now just release it to us for
You
free?
would think
That's
It's
people
ours now.
saying. So like they're like,
put that shit up on archive.org.
yeah, can't they find a way to put it up free online where like they can't make any money off of it? But I think the legal argument is somehow if it's available, then they would still profit. So I don't know. I don't care. Just put it somewhere. Like just leave it somewhere. Just leave it. Say, hey, it got hacked, and
Some heroes gonna wake
now it's out there, right? And then just don't prosecute anybody because Anyway, so
moving on.
that should have been the plot of the fucking LeBron James Space Jam movie when they were in the WB servers, not trying to win a basketball game, but trying to get all the all of the banned WB movies, the tax write-off WB movies off
Hey,
the server.
Coyote versus Roadrunners right over here.
But yeah, so this Sicario, back to Sicario, starring Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, Josh
The
Brolin,
Collector.
Victor. No more
Thanos.
Stop. Victor Garber, John Bernthal, don't say it, Daniel Kaluuya, and Jeffrey Donovan.
The Punisher and Wakabi.
All right.
Oh.
So written by Taylor Sheridan, same dude who wrote all the other I didn't realize all these movies were written by the same dude. Hell or High Water, Wind River, Yellowstone. Well, Yellowstone's a show, but like now that I see that, I see, oh yeah, that is the same guy.
That's so weird.
Okay. Hell or High Water is really good.
I mean, it's good. Yeah, nothing again, not taking nothing away from it. It's just like, oh yeah, like all they needed was maybe No Country for Old Men, and then it'll be like, oh, all these movies are set like near the border or in Texas or something, and all these thrillers. I get it. Well, Yellowstone, I'm assuming is in Yellowstone. I didn't actually watch that show, but anyway, budget $30 million. That blows my mind
because it's so.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just used to more like because this was it's not an indie movie, and I mean it's from 2015, so maybe that's what it is. But like, it's not an indie movie, and you just rarely see movies made for less than 50,000 or I'm sorry, 50 million anymore, right? So maybe that I'm just overthinking it or underthinking it or whatever. But it clearly makes sense to you, so I'm moving on. Box office, it made 46 million domestic, 38 international, and almost 85 worldwide.
I just want to say real quick, Denis, he doesn't spend a lot of money. Arrival was 47 million. Yeah, like he up until Blade Runner, he's got really relatively small budgets. So he's just very efficient.
Okay,
the dude's good at what he does.
What's the dude? Fincher. Which is funny because Fincher, I keep seeing this argument pop up online, which is better, Zodiac or Prisoners. It's just funny that now there's another layer that Denis is super efficient and can do a movie for less, and then we can't figure out where all the fucking money goes for Fincher movies.
Goes to 180 takes.
Is that what it is?
Oh, he will do takes all day. I think he's the one who he wants to do it until like they're no longer acting. I think that's like a quote from him. Like
That's
he
rough.
wants it so real that I'm just going to keep doing the take until I get exactly that performance. He won't tell you what to change. It's like, no, keep going. Yeah, he's apparently frustrating for a lot of people.
That's wild. That's the first time I'm hearing this. That's wild.
Yeah.
So think about The Killer, Tim, right?
Uh-huh.
Think about some of those takes. You on the 50th take. Could you imagine
He waited and waited and waited, and that one
in the
time
Florida Man house?
the homie messed up. He was like, "That's the one."
That's the one. Kill this
Whoa,
man.
no, I clearly dropped the thing. Don't worry about it. We got this.
We got it. Fuck. Check out our Killer episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to Sicario. Awards. Nominated for 3 Oscars for cinematography, Roger Deakins. Original score, Johan Johansson. Or is it Johan Johansson? I don't know. And sound editing, Alan Robert Murray. And like I said, if you look at some of Denis' other movies, he usually catches the nominations for these. So he knows who to trust with the technical stuff.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And Rotten Tomatoes, audience 85, critics 92. Does that make sense?
Solid.
Yeah, everybody loves this movie. And I can see that the critics being a bit higher than audience because the end wasn't like spoiler alert, wasn't like a huge shootout or something, but it was still super satisfying. Like there wasn't a lot of action in this movie, but there was a lot of like oh shit moments.
A casual viewer could get bored watching this.
Yeah. Like if you saw this after a long day at work, you might doze off, and then you come back and you watch it a second time. You're like, oh, okay, this is good. This is good. I was just tired, but yeah,
That's what happened to me. I drove 2 hours to the middle of the state, and I did stuff for about 5 hours. I drove 2 hours back at some point. It was about 1 a.m. Well, no, it was earlier than that. I stopped trying to watch it at 1 a.m, but I got halfway through. But every 15 minutes, I would be like, I didn't see that. I need to rewind. I don't know what happened. Some of the time, I absolutely did see it, but my brain replaced it with some other sand movie.
Right. There's some stuff in this that's pretty subtle.
Like, oh, is this the part where R2-D2 came by? No, wait.
Wrong desert. Wrong planet.
That's Del Toro. These droids about to be collected. No.
Oh man,
is he one of the? No, sorry, I was about to ask a dumb question. Moving on.
There are no dumb questions. Only dumb people who ask them.
As I said, withdrawn.
So shout outs. Ain't got none. We recorded the episode yesterday, so I'm fresh out. And on that episode, I explained why I was fresh out for that episode too. So we extra fresh out. So shout out Sand. And I'm gonna remind y'all, if you're still listening and you listen often, to like, share, subscribe, hit us up on socials, and join in on the conversation. I like talking to people and telling people the good things that you say about us. All 4 of you.
Nice.
So moving forward, we're going to spoil this movie from 2015 that everyone has seen already. And once again, if you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon, if you're in the US at least. And it's very good. So check that out. So, how do y'all feel about the movie real quick? Oh yeah, we already know. Everybody liked it.
I'm in the middle.
Oh, you're in the middle? Oh.
I'm in the middle. It's not an unenjoyable movie. And I'm not trying to redirect it, but there were times when I was very much like, I know where things are going. I understand the pieces that are being put together. I feel like
picking up what they're putting down.
It's all happening, but it just also felt like, is it weird that I didn't feel like any of the actors really connected with each other? And maybe that's what that business is truly like, but there was no...
It's because they're all sociopaths.
I mean, there's that. But it felt like most scenes in the movie were groups of people who wanted nothing to do with each other, which I guess is normal for the stuff that was going on.
I think what was happening, that applies with the exception of Kate and Reggie. Because I even thought, like
they were hanging out too much.
Yeah.
They were just chilling.
And Daniel Kaluuya, yeah.
They was
Because
just
they're
chilling.
partners. They're already partners, and then everybody else. Once you get past them, like nobody trusted each other. So
Yeah.
I kind of get that. Jamil.
So I remember the first time I watched this. Yeah, it kind of blew me away. It's very intense. That opening is wild.
Oh yeah,
I think this is my first Denis movie. Also, might be the first
Oh.
Daniel Kaluuya movie I saw.
I think for me too, for both.
Yeah. This time it didn't hit quite on that same level. Still very good, but kind of down to earth. Kate, the Emily Blunt part, I did find myself not identifying with as much. Maybe my soul's gotten a little darker since, but like I'm like, yeah, you're right. They're not right, but this is how it gets done. They're bad. They're not all. We'll get into it. It gets grayer, but for a lot of this movie, the good guys just kind of clean up a bunch of bad guys, and I'm like, I can't really be mad about that.
No, I do agree with you that like I think she was expecting something completely different than they were doing at all times.
Yeah,
She
she's
was very
fighting a
much like
lot,
we're the
All right,
good guys, and
I'm a
they
really
would just
all
kind of
in.
go, yeah, we're the
and they're like,
good
yeah, we are the good guys.
ones." You bet.
We're the gooder guys. We're
So
lesser of two
they
evils.
do say you get more conservative the older you get.
No, I still don't like, the reality that, that's how
I
things
mean, you don't gotta
get
like
done.
it,
But
but
for this movie,
I mean, you said it.
I know I said it. Did anyone else get I was watching this movie and thinking a lot about Zero Dark 30. Like these two could be companions.
I don't feel like I've seen that in enough time to remember it.
I can see what you're saying.
Because Zero Dark 30 is another movie where it's a woman trying to stop the bad guys while a man just tortures people behind the scenes, and it works and everything's good, and it's the wrong message, but it got the job done.
I mean, but it's not. Sometimes it's not a message. Like a movie isn't always giving a message. Sometimes it's starting a conversation, or just or it's to make you think, right? So like I heard this on another podcast where somebody said, no, a movie is supposed to give a message, and I was like, nah, sometimes it's just supposed to make you think. Like it gives you pieces, and then you're supposed to think about the pieces. So like something like this presents to you like, hey, this is the reality of the situation where the good guys aren't very good, the bad guys are bad, the good guys are kind of bad, and then you're going through the movie through Emily Blunt's character as this naive rookie finding all this stuff out for the first time, like, and you're trying to make sense of it, but at the same time it's like, well, do you have a better answer? So it's not giving a message, it's just like presenting the stuff to you, and it's like, well, think about this. Rough, right? Like, so it's not actually saying anything, but it's thought-provoking.
I
Or
mean,
at least that's the way I looked at it.
What message was I supposed to get out of dude, where's my car? Like sometimes art is so subjective, you shouldn't subject yourself to it.
Watch more nature documentaries.
I was really thinking about doing dude, where's my car? Zoltank. What were you saying about nature documentaries?
No, you kind of steamrolled it.
Zoltank.
Let's go. You steamrolled that too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I can't remember what I said.
It's okay. We went way too deep on the opening already. So so me and you liked it. Tim's got in the middle. Which is okay, that's fine. So let's get into it. Film starts out with the bump. The word Sicario comes from the Zealots of Jerusalem, killers who hunted the Romans who invaded their homeland. In Mexico, Sicario means hitman.
Also, Zealots?
Yeah. I don't. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay.
I don't know if I know enough to.
I say zealots.
Oh, that's what you're talking.
Shut up. How did I miss that in the note? No, like I said, yeah, zealots.
So I'm the only one that says zealots. All right,
you're the only one here.
Yeah,
I'm not Jewish.
I'm no religious figure. I won't know.
Zealot.
Well, yeah, that one says zealot.
All right, so Jesus. Then we see FBI agents Kate Mercer, Emily Blunt, and Reggie Wayne, Daniel Kaluuya leading a raid on a home in Chandler, Arizona, right? And like the agents enter the home, we see Macer go into a room where a dude's waiting with a shotgun. And he fires on her, but like it barely misses her as she jumps and then she blasts him, right? And then Wayne enters and he turns and he looks at the hole in the wall, right? And he's like, he sees something and it's a body. And the whole house has bodies hidden in the walls. Apparently belonging to like Sonora cartel members.
And he said, "Get out." It seems like a very, very inefficient way to hide bodies.
I mean,
yeah.
It's a sort of, it seems like more like a sending a message kind of thing than an actual necessary way to hide them.
But who's getting the message?
Well, eventually they get the place full. They decide, let's peace out. And then people live in the house like, man, this place smells bad. And they find it. And it's like, oh, shit.
See, I can't tell if the bodies were their own dudes or not their dudes. Like, cause just the verbiage in the movie, like somebody said something that made me think that it was their own dudes. And I was like, why would they do that to their own people? And then I wasn't sure. And then I just left it alone. Either way, you're right. Eventually, that place was going to smell horrible.
Yeah. The drywall must have got wet.
You got something to say, Jamel?
Yeah, no, this part was wild. Like, when the wall opens up and you see the bodies in there, that's the movie's that hasn't been on for 5 minutes yet, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so then outside, Reggie's he's trying to gather himself. I guess like the smell is fucking atrocious. And then like he like looks over and some agents find a trap door in the bottom of a shed with a lock on it, and then the shit explodes.
That was completely not what I was expecting.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you even like have like thought about it twice, right? Like in retrospect, like after it happens, like, man, you gotta check that for like a wire or something. Like, no, it's a lock. Anyway, yeah, that whole backyard goes up. Dude goes flying.
In their defense, it was moving. They were looking for people. They're looking for hostages, and it was moving.
Yeah, no, they did everything they should have.
Yeah.
Was it moving?
So my brain, it was moving on its own. So my brain went to, oh, the hostages are down there too, and then. Oof. Like there was some mechanism or something that was like tapping the door from underneath, unless it was actually people and bombs. But
that's double as bad.
Yeah. So yeah, then we see Macer, like she come outside and all the dust and the smoke and everything. She sees a hand on the ground, like god damn. And then it cuts to her washing the blood off her head in the shower. Was it her blood?
She had a pretty big cut along with everything that was going on.
Yeah. Maybe oh no, that's right. The blast like blew a window in on her.
It's a hand flew through the air and gave her a noogie.
Well, I mean, glass shattered right in front of her.
Yeah, because it blew out all the windows of the house too.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good effect. It's minor, but like as she washes like the blood you see off, and then more blood is like pouring out of the wound on her head, like in the shower. I was like, it's probably really simple, but I noticed it.
After we see Kate and Reggie sitting outside of a meeting and like they're wondering if they like didn't handle the operation properly or what, because like are they in trouble? Why are they there? Yeah. And then like Macer, Kate gets called in.
Yeah, 2 cops did die.
She gets called inside, and this guy Josh Brolin, his character's name is Matt Graver. He asks her if she's married or has kids, and she's like, nah. Like this dude got flip flops on, so she's trying to figure out like who he is, what he's doing. Like, why is he like so informal? But what ends up happening is that she's being picked for a special interagency task force, right? Her boss recommended her, and she's a part of a kidnapping response unit normally, but the State Department wants someone with her experience to act as a liaison for this task force that's going after high-level cartel targets that are allegedly the real ones responsible for like what happened at the house earlier. And like she wants to like avenge her like fallen comrades or whatever, so that's why she volunteers.
Right.
So
I think like seeing Victor Garber, like he's not that guy that I see a lot, but this was hard for me because his part in the DC TV universe really made me lose a lot of like respect for him.
Oh,
It's no, not for it. Like it's corny, and it's like, oh, someone I take seriously again. Okay, yeah. And Brolin he's having fun with this. I really like his character in this. Yeah, anytime Josh Brolin gets to be like an authority figure who doesn't give a fuck is real fun. I don't know if you guys saw Inherent Vice.
I
Yeah,
didn't like it, but that's one I want to give another shot because everybody likes it but me.
still can't help but realize every once in a while he is the older brother from Goonies, and he still looks like that dude. It's still it's like he got a little more
It's his head
grizzled,
shape.
but he still looks like the same guy. It's just there. Head shape.
We need to get him and Sean Astin together again.
So next we get a quick bit with the Mexican family where a kid wakes his dad up to try and take him to his soccer match, and like then they eat breakfast and like they head out. And, like we see that dad is a cop, but then it cuts back to like the main story, and we see Kate arrive at the Air Force base. Reggie drops her off, mind you, to join Josh Brolin on a private jet. Like we get a glimpse of Alejandro, that's Benicio del Toro, and Graver called him his guard dog. He was like, "Don't worry about him, that's my guard dog." And it's clear that like
Man.
Alejandro piqued Kate's interest, but like also he makes her uncomfortable because he doesn't talk.
He talked. He asked her if she ever been to Warriors.
Eventually.
Yeah.
It was like as soon as he sat down on the plane.
I suppose it still took a few minutes. It was like, you think he would have introduced himself a little bit more directly.
He just looks intense. I mean, he is.
What did he say when she got on the plane?
Like, so she gets on the plane. He's still on the tarmac. He gets in, sits down, and it's almost immediately like, have you ever been to Juarez? And she's like, we're going to wherever in Texas. And your boy was acting like he was asleep.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah, it's like, I thought we were going to such and such. He's like, huh? Oh,
yeah, he was like,
well, we are, aren't we? I don't know. I don't even know, dude.
I mean, it's possible he could have really been asleep, right? He wasn't asleep.
I mean, he might have been up for like 72 hours before that moment. Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah. So all that walking around in slides, he's tired.
I think in the beginning of the movie, I thought he actually fell asleep. And by the end of the movie, I was like, he wasn't asleep. But yeah, so when the plane lands, we meet Steve Foster, just Jeffrey Donovan, who I think is an underrated actor. For the longest time, I didn't know his name. I just called him Burn Notice. And then he takes him to meet the rest of the task force for a briefing on the mission, right? And it's a bunch of rough-looking dudes from like Delta Force, and then there's CIA guys, and then even deputy U.S. Marshals. And you know that they're the Marshals because they have cowboy hats on. And Kate's the only woman. So after the briefing, everybody leaves except for Kate and Alejandro. So Kate starts to ask him some questions. And he was paying zero attention to the speaker the whole time. And like that probably bugged her. But so she learns that he is an American and something is off with the whole thing. And she's like, who do you work for now? And he's like, I go where I'm sent. Where were you sent from? Cartagena. She's like, oh, Colombia. And he's like, listen, nothing will make sense to your American ears. Sorry. Nothing will make sense to your American ears. And you will doubt everything that we do. But in the end, you'll understand.
And that's the plot of the movie.
That's the plot of the movie. That's the he has two quotes, one in the beginning of the movie and one in the end that sum up the whole crux of the movie. This is the first one. And then Alejandro leaves as Graver comes in. And like she presses him about like what the hell is she actually getting into? And Graver's like, look, in 6 months, every house you raid will be loaded with explosives, just like the one that just happened. And all you're doing is sweeping up this mess. If Alejandro says do something, just do it. So you in or you're out. And like she's like, I guess I'm in.
Yeah, she probably should have been out.
She probably should have been out, but she's curious, right?
Yeah,
she's naive. So the task force.
I don't want to call her naive, but yeah, you're probably.
No, right. She's naive, but like it's not. It's naive as in she's just new. Like, she hasn't dealt with this before.
You said earlier, and that definitely.
Yeah. She definitely holds on to her ideals, but also like this is her first rodeo, at least with this sort of stuff. So she sees the red flags, but like so she knows enough that like something doesn't feel right. But she still thinks that like maybe she just doesn't understand or they're not giving her enough information, but everything is still straight, right? But she has that feeling like something's not right here. but she also wants to know what it is. And she straight up says it later on in the movie, like, no, I need to find out.
And of
like,
course, if she says no, there's no movie. So
yeah. Credits. Are you in or you're out? No.
all right, go get Reggie this time then. Fuck it.
Right. So the task force arrives in Juarez, right? And to start the operation of extraditing a cartel leader's brother, Guillermo. And we follow the motorcade into the city. And like, this is like the bit that you see in like the trailer, which is, oh shit, like they going in there.
5 black SUV convoy going in, just looking shady as fuck.
We're gonna stay low key.
And like along the way, like we see like naked, beheaded bodies hanging from bridges and shit. Like it's just to let you know, like
that's Juarez for kids.
This is a tough town. And once they get to the location and bring Guillermo out, Alejandro tells Kate that nothing's going to happen here. If something's going to go down, it's going to be at the border, and to keep an eye out for the state police because they're not always the good guys. And spoiler alert, everything this motherfucker says in this movie happens. He doesn't open his mouth without a reason. And like everything he says is prophetic. Like he already knows. Like, and that's why Josh Brolin was like, just listen to what he says. Like, and it's funny. Everything that they say, there's a point in the movie that it's like it's for a purpose. There are no like wasted lines in the movie. So when she presses Josh Brolin, he's like, look, just listen to him. And then the next time he talks, he's like, this, and this. And then this, and this happens seconds later. And she still don't listen.
Alejandro was like, make sure you get your teeth checked. You might have gingivitis. And she's like, what? Tooth fall out.
So they make it to the border, right? And there's a traffic jam where there shouldn't be one. Like, there's always traffic, at the border. But they were supposed to be able to, like, slide on through because, like, the lanes should have been blocked off, but it wasn't. So he was like, yeah, somebody fucked up.
It was like a disabled car had a...
Yeah. The disabled car ruined the whole thing. The disabled car.
That looked pretty legit, but who knows?
Could have been happenstance. Could have been somebody throwing a Coke bottle under the hood just for effect.
Yeah. So the motorcade, or at least what's left of the motorcade, now it's just the SUVs with the Americans, that comes to a stop. And like Alejandro immediately starts looking around and he spots a gun in the car at his 10 o'clock, and then he spot another car with a gun, I think at like, what is that, the 4 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, whatever, another o'clock. So there's 2 cars that they see guns in. So after that, as soon as they spot the car or the guns, he radios it in. Everyone gets on alert. And then they're like, all right, time to go. But they're told that they can't engage unless they are engaged. And it was just like, well, I see a gun, fuck it. And they all spill out. And like the music starts to pump up. And like Kate's getting nervous and I'm getting nervous because it's, oh shit. And then like one of the gunner guys in the car, he gets out. And like all our dudes immediately fall onto him. Before that happens, like once they're like starting to get out of the SUV, Kate's like, hold up, like what are we doing? Because technically, like she knows that they can't shoot people unless they're being shot at, and she's like I said, by the book. And like Alejandro's just like, get out of the car, but she don't listen. Kate don't listen. So Task Force dudes, our main squad and Delta Force, they pour out the SUVs and they surround the cars. And then one of the dudes, he opens the door. He stands up. He goes to raise the gun. And before he does that, Alejandro's he tries to like calm him down. He was like, look, just go in peace. Go in peace. But dude goes to raise the gun. So it's a wrap. Like he gets clapped. All the niggas in the car get shot, and then the second car holds, and like this is the one that Jeffrey Donovan's on. And once the first car gets shot up, it's like, all right, they know better now, right? Wrong, because as soon as he goes to turn around, he sees one of them start to raise up a gun. He turns around and he shoots all 4 of them.
They were like, the guys in the cars had the mental retention of new dogs or like small children, because it was just like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
And they were like, okay, I'm gonna raise my gun. No, what are you doing?
Look, I'm sure they would have been scooped up after the fact, right? Like, like once they peeled out, maybe they would let somebody else scoop them up. But they weren't even going to touch them if they didn't mess with them. And as soon as Jeffrey Donovan goes to turn his head, dude raised his gun. And then he went pop, 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 pop. Sent them to heaven expeditiously.
Like, don't do it. They did it again.
Jamel?
Consider who they are and like who they have, right? Guillermo's like with the number 3 guy in the cartel.
Something like that. Yeah.
And he's getting extradited up to the US right now. Nah, like back in Mexico,
Oh, yeah.
like, he can go to prison and still live like a king, right?
That's true. So like they can't just go back home and be like, sorry, Jefe. You know?
I was worried about what the guys thought that they were trying to do. But now thinking about it, it's probably like, if you don't try to shoot them and you come back without the package, we will shoot you. So
they're gonna shoot them. They're gonna torture them.
Yeah.
They go to be the niggas hanging from the bridge.
Yeah. And their families probably too. They have no choice.
You try or you die.
Hey man, I don't know what I would do. I would just wander off, live in the wilderness or something. Like I gotta get the fuck out of Juarez. Like it's no winning.
Oop, I dropped my gun. You shoot for me.
So yeah, so after they shoot up the second car, Kate's still in the SUV. She didn't get out because she don't listen. And she's like, oh my God, what are we doing? And then she notices in the rearview mirror a state policeman aiming at her, and she spins around and shoots him. And she's like, fuck. But once again, that's the shit Alejandro said would happen. So someone over the radio was like, this is going to be on the front page of every paper in America. And I think it's Jeffrey Donovan that's like, no, it won't. It won't even make the front page of El Paso. And like they
He
all
says
did
it just like that.
So back in El Paso.
That's Kate's second body of the movie.
Who's the first body? Oh, yeah, in the very beginning, the shotgun guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, she going through it.
She got a good, she doing work.
And she's here for a reason. If they thought she was going to get herself killed, they wouldn't have got her.
Yeah.
That's true. So back in El Paso at the meeting location, and they're about to question Guillermo, right? And outside we see Alejandro getting some water, and another Spanish guy that he knew from before is like, I didn't know ghosts got thirsty. And they have a quick conversation, and Alejandro is like, it's good to see you, that you're still in the fight. And he asks about the guy's family, and the guy's like, I'm sorry what happened to you. So like it's giving us like a glimpse in the behind the curtain of like what's up with Alejandro, right? And then after that, because remember he was getting some water, he picks up an unopened jug of water next to the water cooler and brings it into the room with Guillermo. And he walks up to him as close as he can and puts his crotch right in his face.
Yeah.
When he was talking to his boy in the hallway, and he tried to come in the room with him, and he told him like, no,
he's like, nah, you don't want to be in there.
You want to be able to say you didn't see this.
Yeah, and the dude knew exactly. He was like, gotcha. All right, you have a nice day. So when he goes in there and he puts his crotch in Guillermo's face, Josh Brolin's like, oh, Alejandro, I think he remembers you. And Jeffrey Donovan, I mean, I'm with Jeffrey Donovan here. Jeffrey Donovan's like, yeah, I'm going to head out. SpongeBob's it. And he takes the other dude out the room and he turns off the camera. It's like, yeah. And that's the last we see of him.
Did y'all clock that the soldier outside the door was a mannequin?
No.
Yeah. There's a soldier standing at attention outside the door. I looked at him like 2-3 times. It's a mannequin. And I think it's to give the illusion that there's someone standing guard. Like there's someone like who might be responsible, but like, nah, you go behind that door and they're just gonna do what the fuck they want to you.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. That's wild.
Who was on the guard that
so
day?
Are you confirmed that was a mannequin, or
somebody?
Or you think it's a mannequin?
I am 89% sure it was a mannequin.
I was the grown-up baby from American Sniper.
So they fly back to Arizona and Reggie picks him up, right? And this time they let him on the base, because the first time when he dropped Kate off, they wouldn't let him on the base because he wasn't on the list, just her. But this time he was on the list because he's also given a ride to Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro, right? He's like, oh, so they let me on the base when it's you that needs a ride, huh? And the gang pulls up somewhere where a bunch of immigrants are being held that cross the border, right? And Alejandro questions some of them. Then Reggie gets annoyed with how vague the whole thing is, and he confronts Josh Brolin, And Alejandro's saying him and Kate are going to walk if they don't get a better explanation, right? So Josh Brolin tells them that Guillermo told told them that there's a tunnel under the border, and their plan is to make enough noise that the big bad has to go back across to see the big bad, like the boss. So like that's the plan. So that's what they're up to. So they're basically like shaking the branches so that the mini boss has to go see the big boss, and so they know where the big boss is. And that satisfies the rookies for now, right? And they split. So like
For
Josh
now.
Brolin and Alejandro's like, we're going to get our own ride.
This would not have worked in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and the Furious 2, or Fast and the Furious 4. Or was that 5?
I think it was 4. It was 4. Fast and Furious.
And there was a tunnel.
If you're talking about a Mexican tunnel, that's Fast and the Furious 4.
Yep. Those are two things I remember from that movie.
Anyway, so they split up because Josh Brolin's like, we gonna find our own ride. And Daniel Kaluuya's pissed off. And then he goes, who the fuck is Guillermo? I love that they included that because he wasn't there for any of that.
No.
I actually thought he died. So when he didn't, I was like, oh, that makes me feel
I wanted
better.
more of him in this movie.
Yeah.
There was several things I completely remembered wrong about this movie, and that was one of them. So yeah, so then we get another bit of the Spanish family from earlier, and the dad isn't there, and the son asks about him, and the mom says he's working and doesn't know when he'll be back, and it gets back to the main story again. So the gang figures out exactly where the tunnel is, and then they go after the dude's name is Diaz. That's Guillermo's brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah, goes after Diaz's money launderer when they go to make deposits in a bank. And like Graver tells Kate and Reggie to stand down, but they don't listen to him and they go in the bank anyway, right? And of course, the camera picks them up because she don't listen. So Kate's like saying, we can prosecute him. We have enough to build the case. And Josh Brolin knew better, right? So Kate and Reggie go to their regular boss that recommended them for the task force, and it's like, look, we could do this. We busted them at the bank. We can build a case. And he's like, look, prosecuting ain't the way we do things anymore because we prosecuted before, we prosecute, and the shit keeps happening. They just get new people. So now we're doing it this way where we get people like Matt Graver to get in there and shake some stuff up. So he tells them the same shit. So then we get to the part where they get some downtime, like Reggie takes Kate to a bar for some fucking reason. A redneck bar. A cowboy bar.
Sure.
Yeah. And they bump into Reggie's friend Ted, a local Arizona cop. Then they start hanging out and Ted whispers something to Kate. And we see later that they're at her place to have sex. And this part threw me for a loop because I thought that Kate and Reggie had something going on.
Yeah.
It's why he giving her rides places? And then they even had a conversation about her bra. And I just thought they had their own little things going on,
not have friends?
I mean, they were a little personal, but it could
talk
just be
it
could be a close thing.
My girl, my lady friends that's not my wife about their bras and stuff. And I don't give them rides around. They got their own shit.
See her as a lady friend. They are partners. They are
I guess that's in this particular situation, it's partners only. You don't want to cross that line. Maybe they don't cross that line.
It's a very anyway, moving on.
So they're about to get busy, and then Kate notices a distinct rubber wristband on Ted's keys, which was the same.
Oh God, I forgot about that
rubber wristband that had the money rolls in them from when they busted the launderer at the bank. And so Kate gets up and she starts to try and get herself together, and Ted's like, whoa, hold on, what's going on? And then he sees her going for her gun, I think, and then they start to tussle. And they end up on the floor with Ted choking her out, right? And not just choking her out, but also you get him saying you did this, you made me do this. He's just a real creep, right? And then we get a shot from Kate's point of view of the ceiling starting to fade out. And then a figure comes in, and it's motherfucking Alejandro. And he puts a gun to Ted's head, and Ted looked like he was about to piss himself, right? And then it cuts to Kate getting a cigarette and asking Josh Brolin if they used her as bait, because why else would Alejandro just pop up, right? And he's like, nah, you used yourself as bait, girl. I told your ass not to go in the bank. Oh, like, because you knew some shit was going to happen. Because, like, when they went into the bank, the camera cut to, like, the security camera footage recording her. And it's just like, oh, that's why he said don't go in the fucking bank. But yo ass don't listen. Anyway.
They got eyes everywhere.
So afterwards, we see Ted in the back of a car busted up, right? And Josh Brolin's like, how many other corrupt motherfuckers you work with? Tell me or I'll leak info about your daughter and your ex-wife on the internet. And Alejandro keeps fucking with them the whole time until Ted starts singing, right? And like one of the things he does is he sticks his finger into Ted's ear.
Wait, are you familiar with a wet willy?
You funny. I mean, you're right. But when you phrase it like that, yes, a wet willy is very uncomfortable.
Like, he actually gave him a wet willy.
Yeah, but that shit is hilarious.
We're on that schoolyard torture.
Like, it's hilarious that he did it. The way you described it, I was like, wait, hold on.
No, I knew that he was, but I'm just laughing at the fact that this man just like they probably waterboarded Guillermo, right? Like that's the idea that we get is what was going to happen. So it's like he's like high level torture niggas, and then he gives this motherfucker a wet Mind you, they already beat the shit out of him. Like he's bloody and up and everything. So it's like on top of beating the shit out of him, you still give him a fucking.
I think actually he might be bruised from her because they were saying like, you know, what's the good part about you being all busted up is that no one's going to notice a few more cuts. I think from when she was fighting back is what made his face all puffy.
You better watch out.
Oh, I see.
We wet willied you.
Because a good movie would
I can see that.
show that, you know, getting hit in the face actually has consequences, unlike another movie that
I don't know. I didn't think she got that many hits in, but she did get some hits in. But he wasn't bleeding when Alejandro showed up.
It was like, so you was trying to get a little act.
Like he was bloody.
True. Yeah. They probably did a lot of that. Is it funny to see John Bernthal like that, like scared?
Yeah.
Nah, because I was introduced to him as Shane in Walking Dead, and he was
terrifying as Shane.
He was this kind of works for Shane Bernthal. For me, at least.
No, the scared version of him, like him, like.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't think of him being scared in any other instance. Yeah, that specifically him in the back of the car. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
John Berthal's like, you've embarrassed me in front of Kate.
Jesus. We get another bit with the Spanish family. This time, the dad is back home, and the son brings him some breakfast, and that food looked good. I'm hungry. So the gang. The gang sees that the big bad Diaz is getting called back to Mexico finally, right? Their plan is working. So they suit up to go raid the border tunnel that they found. And Reggie asks Josh Brolin if they can join in on the fun. And he's like, nah, y'all be tattling and shit, so you'll hang back for now and join us after we get there. And Kate asks, like, why are we going? Like, why we go at all then? And Josh Brolin, he finally tells him, because CIA can't operate inside the U.S. borders without a domestic agency attached. I told you you'd be useful. That's why you're here.
Got him.
And like, oh, got him. They're so pissed off. So like, Kate goes out to her car, her police car outside, angry. Side note, she has a fucking police car outside. Why couldn't she drive herself? Anyway, and pops the trunk, and she pulls out her own tactical gear. And Reggie tries to Daniel Kaluuya tries to calm her down and be like, nah, we could just leave. Let's just leave. And, they can't legally do whatever the hell they're about to do because we dipped out on them. And she's like, no, I have to know what this is all for. And he's like, all right, well, and they go ahead and they suit up and they tag along, right?
Yes, right, correct.
Couldn't be me.
So once they just told me that I was just a pawn in this and I'm only here to add any kind of legitimacy, there's nothing else for me to really gain here. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and assume all of my worst assumptions about who Alejandro is and what they're doing are true, and go do what I got to do. Because yeah, I don't know what she gains by going.
Yeah, that's because you're thinking with a clear mind, and so was Reggie. But her ass, like now she got something to prove. Like it's like she wants to see how this ends. Like
She up in there like, I got something to say.
I don't know. She wants to have her cake and eat it too.
I mean, honestly, that's too bad.
Yeah, right. Because she knows like her gut feeling. She knows her gut feeling saying this shit's about to go sideways. It's not going to be some shit that you want to see. But also, she's like, nah, but I want to see it though.
Nah, I'd be right in my Crown Vic waiting.
Go back to that bar.
Hey, John Berthel's
Ted.
back in here.
There are other
Wink
Teds.
at him. But yeah, so then we get the raid scene, right? And at first it's all in like thermal and night vision, so we see like what the characters are seeing, and that was pretty cool. I know a lot of people hate when movies do that, but I always think it's kind of neat.
That was.
But eventually, like it goes back to regular, right? And like we see that a gunfight breaks out between the cartel and the gang, but then Kate sees Alejandro going off by himself down like a side tunnel, and she follows him, which is wild because I think that happens right after Reggie says, be on my six or watch my six or something. And then she sees Alejandro and she just runs after him. Man, poor Reggie.
And this is also after she almost got shot again.
Yeah, because he was like checking on her.
Just, ma'am.
Look, all I'm saying, this is 2015. Daniel Kaluuya should have known better when he got to Get Out.
I can't think of a time I've seen someone's rifle get shot and be disabled.
I don't know. You know better than me.
Because that's what happens, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But pistols are more dramatic.
So we see a cop unloading drugs. Well, the cop, the one that we're seeing from the family clips before. I'm assuming it's drugs. Out the trunk of his car. And like another guy is helping him do it, but then the other guy starts to panic and he pulls a gun on the cop and he demands to get the keys so he can get the fuck out because you can hear the gunfire from the tunnel next to him. And like all of a sudden that dude just gets shot in the head and Alejandro comes out of the tunnel. And then Alejandro points a gun at the cop. And then Kate comes running out pointing the gun at Alejandro. And my boy just shoots her straight up in her bulletproof vest. And then he walks over her and goes, don't you ever point a gun at me again. Catch your breath and then get back up in there. Could you imagine? She's really sitting there trying to like, because I mean, I've never been shot in a bulletproof vest, but usually when I see it in movies, they have to like they're alive, but it's either jarring or it hurts or something. And she's like, you know, she's panting. So
I mean,
and then that time
he straight up treated her like a child. Like he came over and spanked her. Was like, now you go back inside. What I told you.
Now, when they put the plates in their vest before, you know, actually back at the motel, I noticed they're like little thin metal plates, and I'm not saying those aren't a thing. I haven't seen those. Like the plates we had, they were like ceramic.
Oh damn!
Like mine were like that thick, you know,
like a whole ham sandwich. Just
yeah, like I'm a big guy, so I had like a big carrier, but yeah, those things are heavy. Man, I mean, I never got shot in one, but I can imagine how like she's gonna have some huge scars on her after that. It's like a metal one too. If that deforms, then it's still kind of like going in a little bit. Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now he gets in the car, he takes off, right? And once on the road, he radios back and confirms that the GPS is tracking him. And then they give him directions to follow, to get the cop to follow. And on the U.S. side of the tunnel, Delta forces come out, and Josh Brolin and Daniel Kaluuya realize that Kate is missing. But then she comes out the tunnel wheezing. And she punches Josh Brolin in the face, and then he punches the shit out of her. And then Reggie's like, oh, hell no, like, that's my friend. And he tries to do something, and then the Delta forces duff him and throw his ass on the ground. And like the dude got the gun pointed to his face. He's just like, man, just let it happen. It's like they've seen this
Just lay back and let
before.
it happen.
Yeah, they know exactly what's going on. It's so funny.
Oh, you read that different than I did.
Oh, how did you see that?
Oh, so the whole thing he said was like lay back and let it happen, like, a sex thing.
Oh,
They don't like get fucked.
oh,
Yeah. Anyway,
I can see that.
I don't
too.
think it was
Anyway,
like this is another day in the
so
office thing. I think he was just talking shit.
Josh Brolin makes sure Kate isn't about to like keep trying to fight, right? And then they start talking, and he says, "You went down the wrong tunnel and saw something you shouldn't have." And she's like, "Oh, what's the Medellin?" And he's like, Medellin refers to a time when one group controlled every aspect of the drug trade, providing a measured order, one of that which we could control. And until somebody finds a way to convince 20% of the population to stop snorting and smoking that shit, order is the best we could hope for. And what you saw up there was Alejandro working towards returning that
We
order.
could legalize it.
And she's like, Alejandro works for the fucking Colombian cartel. He works for the competition. And he goes, Alejandro works for anyone who will point him towards the people who made him. Us, them, anyone who will turn him loose so he can get the person that cut off his wife's head and threw his daughter into a vat of acid. God damn.
Yeah. It very much is like he is you could cut off all of his hair and give him a minigun and let him out in the jungle. He's Bill Duke. He's ready to kill. That's all there is to it.
Fun.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Oh, and then Kate threatens to blow the whistle on what's going on because she doesn't want all that shit hidden behind her name. And Josh Brolin's like, yeah, that won't be smart. Don't do that. So back in Mexico, Alejandro find out he's in the car with the cops still, right? And he asks him, and he says his name is Silvio. And then they catch up to Diaz's car. You remember the big bad that they're following? And he tells him to pull him over. And like Diaz gets out, and he's like, "You know who I am? You know who I am?" And he even shows him that he has a gun. And like Silvio gets out, and once he gets out, he gets shot in the back by Alejandro, and then Diaz gets shot in like the leg or something, right? And Alejandro tells Diaz to take him to his boss, or he'll have his daughters violated by 20 men. So they head out, and then we just see poor dead Silvio's body on the pavement, right? So all them little clips of him and his family from before, sprinkled throughout the movie.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Just I knew he was going to die as soon as they showed him. As soon as you figured out he was a cop, I was like, that man's
That's
dead.
why the mom was mad. Because she knew. She was like, one day your ass ain't going to come home. Now I'm going to have to take his ass to soccer.
I don't even like football.
Yes, you're right. Football, sorry. So Diaz and Alejandro pull up to the big bad boss's mansion, right? And Alejandro tells him to slow down. And when we see the car pull up to the gate with 3 armed guards, we see that Diaz's throat is slit, and then the guards get clapped expeditiously. Like, once again, pop, pop, pop. Then Alejandro comes out in darkness, right? And then over the radio, we hear from like, it's not a helicopter, because they would hear a helicopter, but whatever surveillance shit they got up in the air, they radio down and say there's 6 people left in the mansion, right? And Alejandro enters the house, and he immediately kills another guard. 5 people left. Then he sees the family having dinner outside in the courtyard, and he sees a maid in the kitchen, and he just ignores the maid. You know, good for her. You know, she ain't do nothing wrong.
She was like, I guess I got to find another place to work.
Look, they be knowing, right? So she sees this dude here, and if he got this far, then he done got past the guards. She's like, I'm just not going to make a sound. And like, that was that look he gave her too. It was like, all right, you're not saying nothing. All right. And he kept moving.
How's that go in that pop movie? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
You're cool.
Fuck you.
So yeah. So when he gets to the family, he gets all the way up to him before they even notice him. And like the wife jumps and I forgot what the name of the actual big boss is, but whatever. Big Bad, he's like, oh shit. And then Alejandro sits down at the dinner table with him. But the bad dude, he knows what's up. And like at first he's scared, but then he kind of gets arrogant about it. And Alejandro's like, every night you have families killed, and yet here you dine. Tonight should be no different. So Big Bad is like, or El Jefe is like, all right, kids, keep eating. Which has got to be the most unnerving shit if you the kids, right? Like, clearly, I'm not hungry anymore. But
man, I used to like chicken, but
now it reminds me of the time when Assassin came. Anyway, so El Jefe is like, do you think the people that sent you here are any different? Who do you think we learned it from? And he remembers Alejandro. Like, he knows exactly who he is, apparently, because he's like the grieving lawyer, your wife. You think she'd be proud of what you became? And he goes, don't forget about my daughter. And then El Jefe is like, the little one. It's nothing personal. And Alejandro's like, for me, it is. And then, so El Jefe is like, all right, well, I know it's about to happen, so just not in front of my wife. Alejandro's like, time to meet God. Then, like, the camera focuses on Alejandro, right? And we see him just slightly turn his gun and kill the wife, slightly turn his gun to the other side, and then kill the two sons. And it happens in like a second. And then the camera holds on the boss's face. And oh my God. Like, because he killed Alejandro's wife and daughter. So it's like, now I want to see, like, he's gone this far, right? All this killing has been to this point. So he's like, nah, I want to see your fucking face when I kill your family. Some gangster shit. And then this line, yeah, it's rough, but this is the line, this is like the cherry on top. I mean, as far as like assassinating a man's family in front of his face goes, right? He goes, go ahead and finish your meal.
motherfucker, we don't waste no food around here.
That's the most cold-blooded shit.
It's ironic too. He asked them, don't come in front of my kids, and then he doesn't.
He's all right. I'll oblige. Pop pop. Pop pop pop.
They didn't have to see it.
I will do you that kindness. Yes. Did the movie ever lay any breadcrumbs to him being a lawyer?
Yes.
Not really.
It was when he talked to the Spanish dude before he tortured Guillermo.
Oh,
and then Josh Brolin straight up says it at some point that he was a Juarez prosecutor, or a prosecutor in Juarez.
Oh,
yeah. So 2 times.
No, I missed all that.
Yeah. But yeah. So after he tells him to finish his meal, then he kills him. So next we see Kate smoking on the balcony, feeling sorry for herself. And then she turns around and looks into the apartment, and I guess she like felt the presence, because you didn't hear no noise. And then you hear, I would recommend not standing on balconies for a while, Kate. And she enters, and it's Alejandro with a gun pointed at her, already chilling in the seat.
Like, thanks, Batman.
Yeah, right. And he has her sit down, and he tells her that like she reminds him of the daughter that they took away from him. Then he slides a document over to her and says, I need you to sign this piece of paper that says everything that we did was done by the book. And like Kate refuses, and she starts to cry. And Alejandro's like, it's okay. And then he puts his gun up under her chin and wipes away her tears. This whole part is chef's kiss, because it's like, he's serious when he says that she reminds him of his daughter, and like he feels bad for her. But at the same time, this is a cold-blooded man. Like, he's like, nah, sign this shit. And he goes, you would be committing suicide, Kate. Come on, sign it. And she does. Then he stands up and he says the second line that I said. Like, you remember he has a line in the beginning and a line at the end that sums up the whole movie. And he goes, you should move to a small town where the rule of law still exists. You will not survive here. You are not a wolf. And this is the land of wolves now. And then he tosses his gun into her trash can and leaves. And like, then we see Kate run to the balcony, and she points her gun at him as he walks through the parking lot. And he turns around, squares up, and faces her, and gives her like a smooth 30 seconds. Right? And of course she doesn't pull the trigger. She like lowers the gun. And then he just turns around and leaves. And like, and the movie ends with we see Silvio's son start staring at an empty bed, and then his mom takes him to the soccer game, and like the game pauses for a second when we hear gunfire off in the distance, And then when the gunfire stops, the game starts back up again.
That was her gun that he put on her.
Oh, it was her own gun?
That's why he was wearing the glove.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's also why on
He
his
said-
way out he broke it down.
Oh, okay.
Right. So she wouldn't get any ideas. But that's why he said you'd be committing suicide. Not only is he going to shoot her, it's with her own gun.
Oh,
to
because
make
she'd be
herself.
dying
And
by
that's
her
why
own
he
gun.
put it-
And then how he
Yeah.
put the gun. Oh.
I don't think they saw that.
And it goes, Sicario.
Yeah, and film ends with the title card Sicario. Okay, that was dope. I did not look up any trivia, but I'm assuming you might. You sprinkled in what you did know.
The director had a hard time putting together the movie because he doesn't like sand. No, I'm just kidding. It's a terrible joke to make now in the middle of all this.
I mean, considering his filmography, he seems to love it.
No, absolutely. He can't do a movie with The Rock.
Oh, no.
The Rock was in Scorpion King.
That's the only one that wasn't in the jungle. They got to have a conversation first. A jungle with sand. Now you're talking.
Jumanji 2. There's a desert before they get into the jungle. Denis could have directed. A Denis Villeneuve directed Jumanji movie might actually be worth watching.
That could be interesting. Go back to the board game premise.
Okay, so what was y'all's favorite aspect of the movie?
After you, sir.
Normally there's a movies like this where like they try to even give you a tiny inkling of like, here's the light, here's the beauty, here's the like the thing to take away. No, they every time they made a reveal in this movie, it was more dirt.
Yeah.
I think I read that when they started working on the second movie, people were upset that Emily Blunt wouldn't be in it, but they said there was no room for her character in the movie because they had already worn out her character. She can't do much. I haven't seen the second movie, but from the way I look at it, what would they do? Just like tell her no again?
Like, it's called Sicario, not this woman we got to help get the Sicario where we needed him.
Yeah.
Like, she's incidental to really what, like, she doesn't need to be.
She finally listened to him at the end.
She did.
That's why she wasn't in the sequel.
Right?
She moved to Kentucky. I can fix crimes in Kentucky.
But
Jamel.
Well, was that it for your favorite aspect?
Yeah.
All right. Like I said up top, like this movie just is one of those movies that like grabs you with that tone and doesn't really let it go. It's from the moment they're raiding the house in the beginning, like you said, it's very realistic in the action. Yeah, it's nothing over the top, but every scene before, like the tension of them stuck in traffic in the convoy before the shootout. It's not even a shootout. Like Josh Brolin and his teams are immaculate. They don't lose nobody, but they do still have you wondering, like, what's going to happen up until it does. And really, it's not about whether or not they're going to win. It's about how far she's willing to let it go. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. For me, aspect, just the tone, him and his team just nails that tone, man. Like, when it gets tense, you feel it. It's a movie, and yet the air around you gets thick. Like, they nail it. So, whenever I'm supposed to be on the edge of my seat, I'm on the edge of my seat. And, like, I could feel it. So, and it's, usually, like, I know that's a necessary thing in, like, horror movies, but thrillers just as much. If you can nail that tone, that tension, oh. So, what was your favorite scene?
I have a section of a scene that we didn't quite touch on that really loaded the rest of the scene for me, though. Del Toro sits down in front of Jefe, and he says, "Do you speak English?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, let's speak English." Sort of as a way to not have his family have to hear like what they're going to talk about. Like, I'm going to separate your family from the dirt. He's already giving him an opening for that, but Jefe immediately just starts speaking in Spanish like, I have this. I'm in control. But it was like just clearly like, I guess he was so full of himself, he didn't even take that opening seriously. It's like, we'll speak in English so that, your family doesn't have to hear this. And he just went right to it. He started threatening him in Spanish 3 lines in. So I just kind of feel like he already knew if he already knew he wasn't in control, I feel like he should have at least had the respect to continue the conversation. I think he buried his kids right there.
I mean, his kids weren't getting out of this.
I mean, I know at least to some degree he was gonna hurt somebody other than Hefe. But I was scared he was gonna blow all those people away and then put handcuffs on Hefe. And I was be like, bro, you just made another monster.
No.
They eat your food. Pop.
Like, if he killed Hefe and not his kids, then that's just, it's like Kill Bill. Like, hey, you might be sore about it, and when you grow up, come find me. It's like,
And actually, you know what? Don't come find me. Move to Kentucky. There's a lady there that I told to move there. Y'all could be cool.
definitely.
You're not built for this beef.
That's the first moment, really, though, too, like I was kind of saying earlier, where it is one of the people we've been rooting for doing something unambiguously wrong.
Yeah, he's clearly bad.
Like shooting the cop is pretty gray because we like the cop because we've seen him and we see his son and we see his wife and everything. But he is a crooked cop running drugs for the cartel. Like who knows how many people he's helped to kill directly.
He's not so great.
No, he's not. So like
he's swigging whiskey in the morning in front of his kid. He's morally gray.
I thought he was drinking coffee.
At one point, he was drinking coffee, and he watched his wife walking around the kitchen, waiting for an opening. He grabbed booze, and he poured it in there, and he still got caught.
Oh,
I mean, but the cartel could have like threatened him, like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill your family if you don't help us run these drugs."
I mean, I feel like that goes along with it, but it can't be the whole police force, right?
Oh, I mean, how's that go? A few bad apples is okay.
So I'm saying, killing Silvio is it's a little gray, but killing the kids though and the wife. Yeah. I mean, but that's exactly kind of like what Kate feels that this guy is wrong. We shouldn't be working with him. This isn't how we're supposed to do business. And the idea that this is the only way to get business done is, some would call it like a harsh reality. Some would say that it's we've given up on trying other things. I don't know. It's a morally ambiguous movie.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
All right, what's your favorite scene, Jamel?
I'm gonna go back to the shootout on the highway. I think that if I were going to just show somebody a short clip of this movie to like, the border crossing, that's kind of everything in a nutshell.
Okay. For me,
except for Reggie.
It's both of those scenes. There's a tie between the border crossing scene because everything he said was gonna happen. Everything. And then just how it went down, and it was just like pop, pop, pop. All right, let's move. And then the final scene, or not the final scene, but the climax where he gets to El Jefe, and he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna get you back for what you did to me by killing your family in front of you." And then he's like, "Now finish your food." Like, I'm sorry the family had to die, but like I understood like this man was going to get his revenge by any means necessary. And he wanted to kill his family and then stare him in the eyes. And like, that's what we got to see from the cinematography. The camera focused just on him as he like broke. And then Alejandro's like, "All right, finish your food. Pop, pop." Okay. So I'm not going to do favorite quotes because there's only like a handful of good quotes and they're all really good. But who is the MVP character in this movie?
And I want to use this if it ever comes up, but
oh dear,
Reggie, it's one of the tamest one. Reggie's asking Kate if she's okay, and then what's his name? Graver. He's like, "She's fine." He's like, "I wasn't asking you." I think it's a funny part. He's like, "And yet I answered."
Oh yeah.
But I did like that whole situation.
It's very.
I didn't ask you, and yet I answered.
And he didn't even like skip a beat too. He said it while he was getting into his car.
He knows he's in full control of everything here. I really like this character for
All
Brolin.
right, is that your MVP character?
No, the MVP is Reggie.
Okay. Tim, is Reggie your MVP character?
Dude, everybody needs
gave
to
him
really know
rides?
that Reggie.
I feel like Reggie went through everything you could and probably came out of it in better shape than
That's
most of the
true.
people
That's true.
in the movie.
He was there for his friend and his partner. So yeah. And he made it to the end. Even though I didn't think he
he
did
almost
it.
set her up with someone who almost killed her.
I mean, and he was sorry for that. I didn't mention that when we were going through the movie, but there was a quick scene where she was consoling him, like, "Look, you didn't know, and like, he said, "Put, it's my friend. I'm so sorry." Like,
Yeah,
it's like it's not your fault, Reggie.
just went, yeah, he probably knew him because he was a person who was around.
Yeah.
Well, he was another cop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was likely just around because he was a cop.
Oh no, he was there to get information out of her.
Oh no, but I just mean that he was clearly in the town as a cop that Reggie had probably run into.
Oh yeah, yeah. His relationship with Reggie is real. Like they're real buddies. He just didn't know this guy happened to be on the tape.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're messed up. Cool.
Hey, I found out some people I knew were involved in some fucked
We've
up
all
shit
been
after
there.
the fact.
We've absolutely all
You
been
got cartel
It
friends?
happens. I can't speak. I can't say that. I can't confirm or deny.
Smart.
They're certainly not friends.
So you're saying if you found out that I smuggle some stuff every now and then, you stop being my friend?
Are we friends?
I mean,
I don't know. My MVP character.
I think that gap was organic.
My MVP character is Burn Notice, because he was like, I don't want to see this shit. I'm getting out the room and turning off the camera to help you.
I did not realize that was him.
It's funny. I thought he would be more of a dirtbag. That was the first time I've seen him like be a different character. And then across the years, I've seen him do it several more times. And that's why I think he's an underrated actor, because he'll be a whole different guy. Like accent, everything changes. And it'll be like, wait a minute, I know him. And he's good at it. And like, he doesn't get enough shine, but it is what it is. I'm joking, by the way. He wasn't enough for the movie. I guess my MVP character is Alejandro, because this is his movie, so I don't know if that counts. Even though we see it through the eyes of Emily Blunt, the movie's about him.
Yeah, that was one aspect that I kind of forgot. Was it starts from basically her point of view, and then it slowly shifts to Benicio del Toro as sort of almost like it was foreshadowing. Like, this is what the life of a regular cop can be like, but this is what it's like for the one you're gonna have to deal with.
So let me change my answer then. Since it's him, he's the crux of it. I'll say the MVP character is Reggie. I'll agree with y'all. All right. Now, favorite character and what character are you, actually?
I'm not Reggie, for sure. I feel like, in a way, Del Toro is one of my favorite characters in the movie, but maybe not my favorite. I'd have to think about it more. However, there's a good chance that I am Josh Brolin, because it's like, we're going to get stuff done regardless of how you like it. But I'm not wearing shoes if I don't have to.
It's so funny when the look on her face when she turned around and stared at his flip-flops was like,
right.
It was almost like, it's funny because she's in this movie too, but it's almost like The Devil Wears Prada when Meryl Streep does that look.
So it's like, what the hell?
Jamel.
But the MVP character is Alejandro, because he's badass. This movie is nothing without that and that intensity he brings. Favorite character, I'll make Reggie, with an honorable mention to Graver. I feel like I don't want to sell Emily Blunt's character short.
All right, now what character are you actually?
I'm Reggie.
I don't know. You're not a very supportive friend.
I mean, not to you.
All right, it's my turn.
I got other friends. You're on the list. You're middle high. You're middle high.
Middle high, Tim. Moving on up.
Middle high. Middle high. Could be worse.
My favorite character is Alejandro. I mean, he's awesome. I love Benicio del Toro. I'll be honest. I don't know what his acting range is because he usually plays somewhere within this range.
Huge.
I have no problem with it. Like, I need to see more movies where he's not this guy or a similar guy or some version of dirtbag skeevy. I'm not saying he can't act. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying most of the movies I see him in, he's in this area. And that's where I love him the best. But I would like to see his stuff where he's not in this area just so I could see it. But Alejandro's great. Like, I love anytime a character drops.
I just remember he's in Inherent Vice too.
Maybe one day we'll do a PTA miniseries and I can give that another shot. But anytime a character has some like just some dope ass like quotes that somebody who isn't me would, you know, like your annoying Facebook cousin would post on you know what I'm saying? Like I love these quotes, but you ain't about to see me like tattooing the shit across my back, right? Like, I love those characters. And this is the land of wolves. Now, what character am I actually? I hate to say, but I think I'm Kate. I'm be the dumbass to be like, nah, we're not doing this right. I want this shit on my soul.
Like, we could do this. We could do better.
Yeah. And then there's it's like, nah, Tifron, we gotta kill niggas. And I'm like, bro, I just want to protect and serve. It's like, nah, ACAB. We are the bastards, but not me. Joke's on you. And we putting this shit onto your name. Sign this paper. What? Like, I'd be Kate's dumbass the whole time. And the whole time I'm like, nah, but I still want to know how the movie ends though.
Poor Kate.
Poor Kate. I said poor Kate the whole fucking movie. Honestly.
Like every single moment was rough, but then we like purposely shot her in the place. Right? It was like, don't you be pointing goddamn guns at me.
Well, I say when he sunned her, but you know what that means, right?
You take a breather, go back up where everybody else at. Ain't nobody tell you to come this end of the house.
He walked over her and said that shit too. Like, don't you ever point a gun at me again.
Can you imagine being the cop in that situation?
Can you imagine being the cop? Try not to laugh.
Like, well, I can't mess with this motherfucker.
Right.
This was to make me learn something too.
Oh man! Notice he didn't challenge him at all after that. He was like, "Oh, yes, sir. Where we driving? My name's Silvio." So, do y'all want to give out? If you had to give a single personal award to anybody or anything that had to do with this movie, who would you give it to?
Shout out to Crown Vics. I still want one.
There's a Crown Vic that drives around Virginia Beach with the license plate. Scared you.
The Training Day Award for Naive Rookie on the Job.
Oh, shit, I almost forgot that. I meant to say, when you said that this movie reminds you of, I forgot what movie, but you said this movie reminds you of some other movie. I meant to say that this movie reminds me of Training Day.
I said Zero Dark 30.
Zero Dark 30, yeah. I was like, for me, it was Training Day.
I'm literally battling the algorithm right now. As soon as you said Training Day, I popped open this other window I forgot about, scrolled up 2 posts on Facebook. There's a Training Day post. So the algorithm is just out for me today. How'd you even hear that? It's in headphones. What are you doing?
It'd be knowing.
Dial it back. God.
if I had to give out a single award, it would be Benicio del Toro's Awesome Award, I guess, because like he's so fun. He's so fun. Just his little, just the way the looks he gives, just the way he be mumbling and shit. Just like he had the same look the whole
Flip-flops, no
movie,
socks.
but and yet it meant different things at different times. Like sometimes, like the same look he gave Kate, like "oh, poor baby," is also the same look he gave Kate, like "don't you ever fucking try that again." But like we knew it meant different things. It's like the black people. You good? It's like, you good, Kate? No, you good, Kate? Like just with his eyes.
He very much was being a dad that whole time, even though it was a mess. The whole situation was messed up. It was like still dad energy.
You remind me of my daughter. Don't get it twisted. I would still murder you.
That's rude.
I mean, when you think about it, that's the whole like, I brought you into this world, I'll take you out attitude.
Can't relate.
Your mom never said that to you?
I mean, it's been a long time since she could make good on it.
Oh, dang. You were that kid that was like, Shane about to beat me, I'm too big.
I was twice the size of my mom when I was like middle school.
Dude, my mom was 4'9.5" and she broke a man's nose. She broke this big ass dude's nose. And I never pressed my mom. She hit me once my entire life. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, nah. I was very afraid of one of my best friend's moms because she was like tall and had like strong looking arms. I was like, man, if my mom hits like that, this lady probably beats him around the house. He was spoiled and he got away with everything. He would break toys to get new toys. That wouldn't have happened in my house.
I would never.
My mom would have dragged me out in the backyard and been like, you live out here now.
Matter of fact, we broke a toy by accident and I hid that shit forever.
He's just saying. They're like, oh.
She ain't about to find this.
I'm out there trying to figure out how to rewire an RC car because I got it underwater.
Anything we haven't said, or are we good there? In conclusions?
Did you have any funny letterbox reviews for this very serious and unfunny movie?
No, I ran out of time, but I'm sure there's some gold in there.
That's one way to put it.
Okay.
Actually, real quick, since I'm like one click away, I can at least look at the top ones. This isn't funny. This is more true. But Eric said, "God said, let there be light," and Roger Deakins said, "Wait for my cue." Someone said, or Adam Bolt said, Emily Blunt is that Club Penguin operator being like, "That's illegal. People can't do that."
Emily Blunt, like, you can't wear a hat at dinner. You have to take your hat off. And the rest of the crew is just like, this is Hooters. Mm-mm.
Is Emily Blunt American?
She's British.
Yeah, she pulled that off.
Her and Kaluuya.
I was gonna say I've only seen her in one other movie, and she was just British in that movie. So when she started speaking in this, I was like, "Well, you win. I wouldn't have known that was you if I didn't read your name."
Which watch Mary Poppins?
It's some romance schlock. I don't even know the name. It was just on Roku something or other, and I was like, "Oh, that's Emily Blunt," and it was like, "Wait, all right," but yeah,
the French dude had to get 2 Europeans to play the good guys in this movie. I'm taking half a star for that. It just feels wrong. Feels wrong.
You can bet the British people be good.
Yeah, I ain't seen no actual funny letterbox reviews, so I'm gonna keep moving. All right, ratings.
Well, since I'm taking half a star for that egregious casting, it's 3.5.
Are you serious?
Am I seriously taking half a star because he cast Brits in the lead roles, or am I seriously giving a 4 out of 5?
The Brits in the lead roles.
No, I'm not serious about
that. Tim?
Same old. Just a general. Would I recommend this movie to somebody? And this is gonna be like one of the more contentious ones. I feel like I and I think I've kind of explained this before. With the exception of Tehran, I don't know a lot of movies people. So this is a movie it would be very difficult for me to recommend because most of the people I know are trying to watch. I was gonna say, "Dude, where's my car?" But I'm lying. They're not that bad. Most of the people I know are somewhere around the middle ground of some sort of hobgoblins in Middle Earth or a bunch of six white ladies trying to like regain their independence, kind of things like the rom com or the goofy comedy of the summer kind of things. Maybe the adventure of a lifetime, including a white man from the '80s that everybody thinks is still a child. Um, so I can't always recommend stuff to those people like this, but I feel like if I knew somebody liked suspenseful, dark things like the old back in the day Pelican Brief, I'm like, you want to watch something like the Brief, but way darker. I got you. So it might not be something I recommend to a lot of people, but it wasn't a terrible movie.
You feel better about it now than you did before?
This is one of those where I feel like on a rewatch I might pick up better things, but on my 1 3/4 watch, because I went back through it today just to see if I was too sleepy. I feel like it's not really the type of movie I seek out.
I hear you. Wait, so when was your actual first watch of this? Was your first watch
Friday.
for the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watched it Friday, and then I was like, I might have missed some stuff, so I watched some of it today.
Okay.
I had this at a 9 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. I'm gonna leave it at that. Watching it again, I think it holds up. While at the same time, I see what Jamel said, where it didn't hit as hard as it did the first time. Probably just because I knew what was going to happen for the most part. Like there was some details that I was fuzzy on. Like I thought Daniel Kaluuya got killed, but like I distinctly remember the climax and the border scene, and just the ending, just that like unsettling ending. That was the first time, or I mean not first time, but it was one of the first times, or at least one of the tent poles when it comes to that sort of ending, where I'm just like shit, like I like
Devastation.
bad things happened, but at the same time, the movie was executed in such a way that I am very happy right now. I don't know if that's a genre, but it was one of those moments, and it like, dang, that's fucked up. I love it. So I'm leaving my masterpiece rating, and I will get the criterion of this if there is one. I don't think he has any criterions, and I think I own it, but it might just be the regular old DVD. I might have gotten it on sale or something.
Well, what you think is your favorite Denis movie?
Oh, easy. 2049. And that's because I'm slightly biased. On the last episode, we talked about what our favorite type of sci-fi is, and mine was, well, actually all three of us was there a cyberpunk. So 2049, is my shit anyway. It's up my alley. So take that with a grain of salt. But that's my favorite Denis movie. But all of his American, or I want to say American stuff, his English stuff, I don't think there's any I didn't like. The bottom might be Enemy, but that's nothing against the movie. It's just the rest are so good.
Something has to be on the bottom.
Yeah. What's yours?
It's been a while since I rewatched it, but probably Arrival.
What's your bottom?
Let's see his filmography again. Did I see all these? About to see Doom Part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, we going tomorrow too. In fact, I didn't ask you to be on Dune, did I? I think I didn't, because I was like, oh, you probably already seen Dune 2, and I don't want to risk the spoiler. Did you say what your bottom was?
It's either Prisoners or Enemy. I gotta watch them both again. But
okay.
Yeah. Sicario, Arrival, Blade Runner, and Dune. And Dune might have been near my bottom from the first time I watched it. I watched it again when it was in theaters last month. And I don't know, it clicked for me better that time.
Yeah, that's what we said. At least two of us said it on the Dune episode, was the second watch really made the movie work for us. But all right. On that note, ratings. Wait, we just did ratings.
We did that.
Okay, all right. On that note, that's the episode, guys. Thanks for joining me. You got any plugs?
No problem. Well, same old, same old. If you know how to find D&D, if you do not know how to find D&D sluggers by now, I assume you're not trying. And I don't blame you, because I'd be disappointed if some guy had a plural name, but it was one dude and it wasn't a baseball team at all. But if you like music, and I know you do because you just listened to a podcast about movies, you should go and check out D&D Sluggers on all platforms. DD Sluggers, except for MySpace, because they won't let me have my password. I wish that was a joke.
No,
They
yeah.
won't let me change my password. I can't get in.
Do you still have the email that you signed up with for them?
I do, but when I sell it to let me change my password, I send it off. Never. It's not in my junk mail. It's not in my trash. It just never shows up. I'm not sure what's going on.
That is very odd. You can call them, maybe.
I don't want to talk to Justin Timberlake that bad.
All right, Jamel, any plugs?
Y'all don't want to know me.
All right, don't follow Jamel.
.com.
And you can follow the podcast at SGBK Podcast on Threads, on Blue Sky, on Instagram. Email us at sgbkpodcast@gmail.com. By all means, share your thoughts on the movie on any of those platforms with us, and we'll chat back. You can follow me personally, Tifron on Letterboxd, and on Blue Sky. And part 3 of our Denis miniseries will be Enemy, which is streaming on Canopy, which is a free service if you have a library card, and you should. So check that out. Starring
I just
Jake.
got mine renewed today.
There you go. Starring Jake Gyllenhaal from 2013. All right. I think that's it. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and y'all be excellent to each other. Bye.
Take care, everybody.